Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. You won't.
So I recently came to the realisation that I haven't reviewed many comedy movies on my channel. I then thought what better way to rectify the situation than by doing a video essay on one of my favourite movies of all time, in Rush Hour. So without further ado, let's get into the video essay as I explore why Rush Hour is a comedy classic. One of the big reasons why I love this movie is how it embraces the buddy cop genre. All the tropes that come with the genre are very much on display here. You guys know what I'm talking about. The arrogant lead character who doesn't work well with others, in this case, Chris Tucker's character.
He's only gonna get in my way. I'm not used to having a partner.
And the opposing character in Jackie Chan, who has a strong moral code in how he navigates police work.
I don't like you.
I don't care. I'm here for the girl.
These elements combined result in the excellent back and forth dynamic between the characters of Carter and Lee. While the movie doesn't break any new ground in the genre, if the formula isn't broke, as shown in franchises such as Lethal Weapon, why break it? The writing team and director clearly understood what makes the buddy cop genre work, and that's for how audiences want to see two lead characters clashing throughout the story. And in all honesty, all the movie's humour comes from the bickering dynamic between the leads.
Why you didn't tell me about the bridge?
I did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you did not.
I said stop.
I don't understand what you be saying.
What?
The scene in which Lee changes the radio station in Carter's car is one of my favourite scenes that showcases this dynamic.
Oh, hell no. You didn't just touch my goddamn radio.
The sequence starts off so innocently as Lee changes songs before Carter bombards Lee with a myriad of words as to why you shouldn't change someone else's station in America.
The Beach Boys gonna get you a great ass whooping. Don't you ever touch a black man's radio, boy.
And thus, the movie is very much one that focuses on character and less on plot, which brings me on to the second reason of why I love Rush Hour. Casting in a comedy movie goes a long way in determining the success or failure of that movie. And in Rush Hour's case, the casting of the two leads is spot on. Though Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan were well known for their comedy and kung fu works respectively, both actors were relative unknowns to mainstream audiences when this movie came out. But both actors committed themselves to their individual roles. With Chris Tucker, he uses his skills as a comedian to provide the bulk of the movie's laughs. And with Jackie Chan, he combines his skill of stunt work with a surprising ability to deliver humour in an unintentional way. When clashing these distinctive personalities together, it makes for some of the funniest scenes that I've seen in a comedy. This includes the "Don't talk about my daddy" scene, which is a classic case of one-upmanship between these characters.
All the way from here to China, Japan, wherever the hell you from, and all up that Great Wall,
Hey,
too.
don't talk about my father.
Don't talk about my daddy.
I love how Carter gets annoyed as Lee tells him of his dad's accomplishments as a cop, only for Carter to essentially tell lies about his father's time in the police force. While this classic trope of two lead characters growing to like each other as the story unfolds is very much apparent here, it's done so in an organic way. The script does this by allowing each character to educate the other on their cultures, which is best shown in the street dance scene.
Do that again.
It's a simple storytelling device in a comedy, but an effective one, as it allows the audience to buy into the characters embracing one another.
Thank you, thank you.
Man, what the hell you doing?
I just being polite.
Well, next time be polite to my nuts.
I'm sorry.
In today's world, it's becoming more difficult for comedies to tell humour of any kind without it offending someone in some capacity. The comedy movies that I grew up on, such as Beverly Hills Cop, Lethal Weapon, and The 40-Year-Old Virgin, embraced comedy that was edgy and not afraid to take risks. And Rush Hour fits this mold to a T. What many people don't realise is that the humour in this movie, for the most part, is not malicious, nor intended to cause harm. More so, it's intended to provide jokes that, when taken within the context of the movie, is hilarious. Take for instance the N-word scene involving Lee's character. Taken out of context, it looks a lot worse than what it really is. Lee is the archetypal fish out of water character, and is using the N-word for what he believes is a term of endearment, when it clearly isn't. But because we as the audience know that Lee doesn't know the significance of the word due to his lack of cultural understanding, means that the scene plays out in the most hilarious fashion.
I don't want trouble.
Rush Hour even manages to throw in humour during its tensest scenes. The best example being when Carter is interrogated by Sang and his thugs in the restaurant scene. In context, this scene is a classic case of a character using humour to diffuse the situation he finds himself in.
Me and him got the same mama. I'm black and these. We all the same. Oh, hey, man. Wait a minute.
The movie proudly wears the irreverent comedic tone on its sleeve and embraces it, as the script never waters down the tone throughout its runtime. From Lee's bar fight scene to the restaurant battle and finale, the movie delivers action that, for a comedy, is surprisingly well choreographed and executed. Most of the action is shot in camera, which is more than can be said for modern action flicks. It's great to revisit movies like Rush Hour, where you can tell that a lot of effort has been put into the stunt work and choreography. The fact that Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan did most of their own stunts just makes the action believable, as it adds another layer of authenticity to the movie. Rush Hour is one of those movies that I can't critique in the traditional sense because of the nostalgic value that it brings to me. Having said that, the movie holds up in my opinion as being one of the best entries not only in the buddy cop genre, but also in the comedy genre. From the movie embracing all the tropes of the buddy cop genre to its advantage, the flawless casting of Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan, the hilarious back and forth between these actors, the irreverent comedic tone, and top set pieces that is shot with flair and style. So it's now that time where I hand it over to you, as I want to find out your thoughts on Rush Hour, and do you agree that it's a comedy classic, as I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below.
Whoa.
Oh, hell no. Doing it.
Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.